HarperCollins and HarperAudio present The Mighty Red, a novel by Louise Erdrich, performed by Marin, Ireland. To those who love birds and defend their place on earth. The Red River of the North is young. From the sky, it looks like a length of string arranged on a flat board in a tight scrawl of twisting loops. The river gathers in the Otter Tail and Bois de Sioux rivers and runs north on a slight incline from Wahpeton to Winnipeg. The river is muddy, opaque with sediment and toxic from field runoff. Not a river you'd swim, but good to fish, at least at its source. The river is changeable, a slow and sleepy trickle in summer, rampaging like a violent toddler in spring when it sweeps across the land reflecting the sky like its mother, a vast prehistoric lake. Over millennia, the waters have given the Red River Valley earth its blackness, its life. The river is shallow, it is deep. I grew up there. It is everything. The Night Driver, 2008. Crystal. On a mild autumn night in the Red River Valley of North Dakota, Crystal pulled herself up behind the wheel of an international side dump, steered out of the sugar processing plant, and started her haul. Out in the country, the sugar beets from Geist's fields were piled in a massive loaf on the company piling ground. Crystal drove down the highway, turned onto the access road, and got loaded from the pile. She cruised back to the plant, unloaded, repeated for as many times as fit into a 12-hour shift. On night hauls, she always packed a certain lunch. 2 sandwiches, turkey salami on whole wheat, carrots, apple chips, peanuts, 2 cookies. She detached a segmented canvas tool bag to her lunch cooler. The pockets of the bag were always filled with the same things: phone, multi-use tool, blackjack gum, icy hot roll-on, Tylenol, lip balm. She brought jalapeno meat sticks, her toothbrush, wallet. In her pocket, she kept a lucky hat knitted by her daughter. Crystal also wore an olive wood cross brought back from the Holy Land by Father Flirty. She wasn't much of a Catholic, but like other people who crave order, she was superstitious. Her shift was 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. By the time she left for work, her daughter was at her homework, unless she was waitressing. Crystal got back in time to see her off to school. At 11 p.m., Crystal ate her first jalapeno stick and used some icy hot. She left the plant and was going back out to the country, high beams cutting into strange mats of fog that lifted and fell, when a brilliant shadow vaulted across the road. Before she could touch the brakes, the animal was snatched away into blackness. It was a mountain lion, the first she'd ever seen. There was the flow of it, her lights glancing off its pelt, the ruthless slope of its head. Crystal rammed her elbow into the side window and slowed down. Driving over the place she'd seen the big cat disappear, Crystal felt a slight electric charge along her jaw. Even in the cab of the heavy truck, something had touched her. A twinge of unease. A prophecy. She tried to shake it off. Her daughter, Kismet, and her husband, Martin, were certainly winding down their days at home. Maybe Kismet had made popcorn, and Martin had brewed himself a cup of the special bedtime tea he liked. They were safe. "Tune your thoughts to a better station," she muttered. Then her thoughts were broken up as she turned down a gravel road and drove toward the powerful halogen lights out on the piling ground. On her way back to the plant, it crossed Crystal's mind that the sighting might have to do with the grandmother who'd raised her, Happy Frechette. Happy had lugged whiskey to...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?